We have a big Hatsune Miku figure here. This is the first scale figure Miku that I have. I got this from Amiyami this month, so we're going to unbox it and check it out and see how good of a Hatsune Miku figure it is. So this is not the first Hatsune Miku figure that I have. I actually have this one that I put a short out. You can go check that out if you're interested. But this is the first like big Hatsune Miku figure that I do have. Now, if you've been following me for a little bit, or if you're new here, I did get into Hatsune Miku earlier this year at Miku Expo. That was the first time that I had ever really checked it out. So I went to one of them and I really had a good time. I really liked it. I actually got into a lot of the music more than I was before. So I decided to start buying figures of it and everything. So I found a few that I really enjoy, and I've pre-ordered a few. But this was the first one that I pre-ordered that has now arrived. So let's check it out. So pulling her on out of here, this is a 1/6 scale. Am I right about that? Yeah, 1/6 scale. So it is a pretty big figure because most figures are going to be 1/7 or even 1/8 scale. Now the freeing figures are 1/4 scale, which is 1/4 scale. So this is a pretty decently sized figure for the price point. Let's cut the tape here. She is firm in there. They did not intend on letting you get her out of here. Gosh. That might be the hardest figure I've ever seen to get out of the box. I've never had one that bad. All right, so first off, let's check out the base here. I always like looking at the base. You can kind of tell a figure's quality depending on their base, in my opinion. And I'm happy to say, I think this one turned out pretty well. As you can see here, it's a multiple color here. You have the dark blue down here, the light blue up there, going almost to a white. You can see that underneath here, and if you turn it over here, you can see that kind of through there. So that's a little bit concerning, but if it's flat, you can't see it. So it's not a big concern. It's just whenever the light shines on it, you can see through it. This figure, and if you've ever bought a plastic figure like this or any of them, you'll get a very plasticky smell. And you get that a lot with the freeing figures. I don't know what causes that. But anyway, let's get her out of here. And the main figure here. Now, I am going to look at this a little more in detail here in a minute. Because it does have this translucent dress here that I think looks really well done. I like the face a lot, and the hand detail is also very good. But let's go ahead and put her on the base, and then we'll put her hair on, which is pretty much the make or break whenever it comes to Hatsune Miku, in my opinion. So go ahead and put her on there. And now let's go ahead and get to the hair. So let's get that out of here. Now, sometimes her hair is very minimal. If, for example, this one that I got, as you can see, it's put back into just little bitty twin tails pretty much. And this one, though, you get a ton of hair on that one. So this is her right side. So let's get this off of her here. And then we will put this on there. So this just snaps in there, but you want to make sure you get it right. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get the other one here. Let's set this out of the way. It does not want to line up as well as you'd think. And it is very tight, which I guess is a good thing, but it is very not forgiving. There we go. All right. So, yeah, that is a really nice figure. Let's go ahead and do some close-ups, and then I'm going to comment on a few things I've already noticed, and then other things I might notice. Okay, so a few things that I'm going to comment on. Number one, the hair looks fantastic from pretty much every angle. They really did a good job of making it look nice. I especially like there's minor differences in one side to the other. I was afraid it'd just be mirrored hair pieces, but it's not. So I appreciate that. The other thing is the little, and it's hard to tell, I did get a picture of it in the close-ups, but not on the, it's hard to show you from this angle, but the little O or 01 on her arm is in a different type of font, and I really enjoyed that. I think it adds to the whole look here, and it's kind of a gold here. And that does fit with the rest of her accessories here on her, which I think are really cute. Another thing that I thought was interesting that I originally thought was a ring box, in her back hand here, and this you might be able to see, you might not, but I did get it in a close-up, but you can see here it is a little headphone case actually, because in this ear she already has a headphone, and you can see here her other hand is putting that extra earbud in her other ear. I really like that. I like when they do detailed stuff in figures like that. So big plus for it there. So overall, I just think this is a really solid figure. Is it a 10 out of 10? No, and I'll tell you why. This is just a really good figure, but it's not great. A great figure to me is whenever you unbox it and there's something that just surprises you that you never expected. This is pretty much exactly what I was expecting whenever I unboxed it. I was expecting it to be really nicely detailed, really good details all over it like I expected, and a few minor surprises, but nothing that blew me away. So a solid 9 out of 10. If you want a Miku figure, you're not going to be disappointed by this. Now, obviously, this is not her main look. This is not any of her looks from any of her main songs or anything, or main tours, so you're not really getting anything super iconic or whatever, but it is a fun figure, and I'm not disappointed with it at all. And comparing it to the other Miku figure that I have now, I have 2 now, and this one obviously takes the cake. It is a just much better figure, but it is a much more expensive figure, so that is to be expected. So in the collection, I'm going to put it right here beside the Nindroid and this other figure here that I showed off earlier. So nice little collection getting started here, but there is more Miku on the way. And whenever I say there's more Miku on the way, we do have more Miku on the way. We have 2 Nindroids that I'll be unboxing in the next few weeks. This one will probably be next week. This one will be the week after. I'm probably going to do like a Miku Friday from now on until I get all caught up. But 2 of them that I'm really excited about for different reasons. This is an older Nindroid, and older Nindroids can be really hit or miss, so we're going to check that out. And then this one is one of them with the car in it, and I've never actually got one with the car in it. They don't make that many of them, especially nowadays, so we'll check that out and see how that turned out. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time with a different figure that is not one of these. And this Sunday, there will be the Slice of Anime podcast number 2. So don't forget to check that out if you're interested. I will see you guys next time. Bye.